Hi everyone, let's talk about School of Sorcery, which I just did a full, I was going to say two-player, it's only a two-player game. I did a full two-player playthrough for, which if you haven't seen it yet, it's linked in the description, should give you the best idea of whether or not you would be into it. So, like, mostly play games two-player, anytime there are two-player exclusive games, I'm always drawn to them, and I love so many of Steve Finn's games, especially the Biblios series, which here is getting a retheme soon. Could be great, but Biblios as it is, I encourage you to try and Biblios Dice as well, and the new one on the way, is it Rolling Right? Doesn't matter, this is about School of Sorcery. So, yeah, School of Sorcery is a really clever kind of, it is a kind of head game. I was going to say bluffing, and it is in a way that you are trying to assert influence over these things. You've got all these influence crystals, you have limited information of where the other player is going to put them, and you've got your kind of bidding cards, your cast cards that decide how many crystals are going to go into each of these locations. So you know what the other player has got, and so they can put crystals out in those locations. They could also, though, play their flip cards. They've got two flip cards, so two of those dice could actually be the reverse side, and you've got your reroll tokens which you can use as well and have some mitigation of the dice that you've rolled, as well as powers you'll build up over the course of the game and that. So you've got some kind of knowledge of where they might go. And then on top of that, there's the portal that can change everything. And it's a nice standoff when you've both gone to the portal and you're trying to work out where the other person is going to put their things. Are they going to get in the way of what you want? Are they actually looking to grab something for themselves now, get the last couple of influence that will put them over the edge? And does that mean you now need to block them off? There's a lot of kind of thinking in 3D chess, trying to think a million moves ahead of where the other person is going, and are you spending too much time blocking them off when you could be just ducking out and going in the way? Just let them get a couple of points while you are building up influence in other places, because if you end up on a card that just ends up with loads of crystals on it, the winner is just they're going to lose all those crystals, but they're going to get the thing, and all you're going to get back for all of this wastefulness is just the margin. And if it builds up to a crazy number of crystals, they just all get taken off. And so you didn't even end up with the item for it. So, it's always worth thinking about, should I just, how much is this battle over this card worth it to me? And with it just being a race to 13 points as well, especially, please as well, spoilers if you haven't seen the playthrough, but I did warn you, that it can come through to these nail-biting finishes, where it says as soon as someone gets 13 points. And so resolving the cards in the order they come out is really important, because it might be all well and good you've secured yourself the points you need, but if someone else gets them first, then all of that has been pointless. And it's full of loads of different powers, and you still won't. I feel like this was a quick game of it. Still plenty of cards to have seen in this game. So, do you go for loads of characters and just hope that enough are going to come out to give you the points, as well as the other powers that will relate to how many characters that you've got? Do you just go for the big ticket items? Do you go for more powers that are going to mess with your opponent, or try and grab those permanent powers that will kick off every single round? Yeah, it's just loads of variety in there, and a really kind of quick but tense battle of wills in a game of warring influences. And I will say that, you might have guessed this already if you've seen a load of my videos, that Rach and I very averse to conflict in games and messing with each other in games. And while I was hoping that we would be right up for a kind of battle of influence in School of Sorcery, it's proven to be too much in the too much shifting of each other's influence off a card that you want. As much as I can appreciate it and see what a cool thing that is going to be for the right players, that someone has blocked you off this thing, but I've got this power that shifts your crystal off, so now I can take it. But or it lets you put a crystal down and it's just snatched the item from the jaws of defeat and stuff. Can see how all of that stuff works fantastically, but just for our tastes, taking other people's crystals off things and moving them around and messing with stuff that they were going to take, as great as I can see it working in this game, just not for us, unfortunately. So I can kind of sit in awe of it, but see that, it's too mean for us. But that's just us. We're an extreme example. You already know, though, don't you? You're already typing in the comments that, this is nothing. fair enough for you. I don't mind. Hopefully, though, you've seen the playthrough and you've already made up your minds whether or not you would be interested in School of Sorcery. And you've just joined me for a kind of fireside chat. I don't know what I think about this stance. Haven't got as much room to kind of put the tripod somewhere else in this room. I'm experimenting. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hope you join me for another playthrough.